Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well as we get ready for Shabbos and, of course, the incoming nor'easter storm. Before the Torah, just a couple points. First of all, the main thing is I hope everyone will be safe and weather the storm. And so, if you are comfortable and you're able to come to Shul, we'll be having all of our regular minyanim over Shabbos. And please be extra careful and safe if you are coming to Shul. But if for any reason, you are concerned, you're worried, of course. Stay home, be safe, and we look forward to seeing you next Shabbos or the next time that you're able to come to Shul on Shabbos. Also related to the storm, because we are expecting quite a powerful storm, including strong winds, so it is difficult to rely and to assume that the entire Erev is going to stay up over the entire Shabbos throughout the storm. And so Friday night, as long as the regular fixes of the Erev are put into place, it's certainly fine to carry Friday night, but on Shabbos day, especially once the storm has intensified, it's difficult to rely on the fact that the Erev will still be up, and so everyone should make preparations so they won't have to carry on Shabbos. If for some reason it is very necessary and important for you to be able to carry something, certainly feel free to reach out to me directly, call, text, email, and we can discuss the situation, but generally speaking, especially with the power companies themselves expecting down power lines, we should not assume that the Erev will be up once the storm has intensified. And now for the videos of our Torah this week, which is sponsored by Robert and Frederick Levine in memory of their beloved mother, Celia G. Levine, Zisa Bat Eliyahu Shlomo Aleh Shalom, whose yahrzeit was observed on the 26th of Shvat, and her neshama should have an aliyah, and we thank Robert and Fred for their sponsorship. Continuing with the theme of the storm, I want to share with you the connection between snow and this week's Parsha. Now, you might think the Jews were in the wilderness, they were in the desert, how can snow be found in the Parsha? But they're actually, perhaps it's somewhat indirect, but there's a very important connection between snow and this week's Parsha. At the end of the Parsha, after reviewing many halachos, teaching many halachos, Parshas Mishpatim, the Torah again once again returns to describing the scene of Har Sinai. And the Torah says, Vayir'u et Elokei Yisrael, and the Jewish people had an experience in a prophetic vision that they somehow saw Hashem, the God of Israel. And even more astounding, V'tachas raglav kamasei livnas hasapir, beneath his, with a capital H, his legs, his feet, there was brickwork of sapphire stones. Uchaetzem hashamayim latohar, as pure and as brilliant as the most pure sky. They saw something that was beautiful, that was brilliant, but that also captured the experience of something which is pure and clear, like a beautiful sky and blue sapphire stones. The commentators point out that whatever the Jews saw, experienced, the prophet Yechezkel seemed to have seen again, to also have a vision of Shamayim, and he records, it is recorded in the first parak, the opening chapter of Yechezkel, which also happens to be the Haftorah of the first day of Shavuos. This is Yechezkel's vision of the heavenly court, of the heavenly chariot, of the different angels with multiple faces and wings, carrying the heavenly chariot with, so to speak, Hashem's presence on top of it. And just to read a few key psukim, he first describes the chayot and the ofanim, all of the different angels. Udmuta chayot marihem kagachle esh borot, kemare halapidim, and their faces burned like hot coals, like torches. V'noga la'esh min ha'esh yotze varak. There were bolts of lightning, it seemed, coming from them. They were fiery angels. And yet, above these angels, he says, Udmut al Rashe HaChaya Rakia. There was a firmament, another layer of heaven above these angels. Ke'ein HaKerach HaNorah Natoy al Rashe Milmala. An expanse of the most awesome Norah, Kerach, ice above them. This is a source of the Midrashim that in Shemaim Hashem makes peace between fire and ice. The angels were fiery above them. There is a layer of this incredible ice. Vitachas, Umima'al larakia asher al rasham, and above that icy expanse, above their heads, Kemare even sapir, Dumut kisei, there was the appearance of sapphire stones, like the Jews saw, and the form of a throne. Val Dumut hakisei, Dumut Kemare adamina, on the throne, so to speak, Yechezkel sensed, he saw Hashem. Yechezkel also envisions the sapphire stones beneath Hashem, and just beneath that there is some icy expanse. And many of the commentaries, the Ibn Ezra, the Ramban, connect again these visions of the sapphire stones, obviously, but also in our parsha, Uke'etzem Hashemayim Latoar, that beautiful clear sky was somehow also beneath the sapphire stones, that icy layer that Yechezkel saw. And the blue sapphire stones being reflected through that powerful, overwhelming ice. That was the beautiful blue that the Jews saw at Har Sinai. Now, Yechezkel's nevuah is the basis for midrashim that speak of hashelag mitachas kisei hakavod, the snow that is beneath the heavenly throne. That how Yechezkel describes this frozenness, the ice, the snow. And there is a medrash in Pirkei Rabbi Elazar which says as follows: Shamayim eza makom nivru. From what were the heavens created? Me'or levusho shel kadosh baruch hu. From the light of the garment of Hashem. As the pasuk says, Ota or kasalma, he wraps himself in light like a garment. Nota shamayim kariyah, he spreads out heavens like a sheet. That the imagined image is Hashem wrapping himself in a talus, and it is sparkling and it is white, and the talus is extending out, and that is the expanse of the heavens. Haaretz meiza makom nivres, and from where was the earth, the land, this world created? Mishelag shetachas kisei hakavod, from that snow, that frozenness beneath the heavenly throne of Hashem. Lakach v'zarak al hamayim v'nikvu hamayim v'nasafar haaretz. Hashem took some of that snow from beneath his heavenly throne and threw it down in the water. The primordial world was just water. V'ruach ha'elokim merachefes al pnei hamayim was a primordial water. And how did that turn to land? He threw down this ice, this snow from heaven, and it began to freeze and coagulate and form the water into ice, and upon that, the earth and the world. As the pasuk says, he said to snow, become the land. There are two parts of the world. There's heaven and earth. There's Shemaim and Aretz. They seem to be different. One is pure and clear. The other is hard and rocky. And some believe that there were two sources of existence, one good and one bad, one more spiritual, one more physical, that created Shemaim and Aretz. But the Torah believes, the tradition believes, as the Midrashim explain, that everything comes from Hashem. Yes, there are different sources of creation. One is from the talus of Hashem, the heavens. The earth is from the snow beneath the Kisei HaKavod, but they're all ultimately from Hashem. And what the Medrash is saying, based on Psukim and Yechezkel, which we understand to be what the Jews saw at Har Sinai in our Parsha, the source of the world, of the land, is not some primordial rock or mud or something evil. The source of the world, its beginning, is the brilliant, pure, white snow that is found beneath Hashem's heavenly throne. The world at its beginning is good, is pure. After a snowstorm, like we are expecting afterwards, the world is covered, the entire world is white, the entire world looks so beautiful and pure. And Chazal understood that that is the source of the world, that the world really is supposed to be something pure, something white. And so hopefully we will see a beautiful world after the storm, and it should inspire us. We should think that this is the snow beneath Hashem's heavenly throne. We live in a world that is supposed to be, and we endeavor to make it pure and beautiful and clear and white, to try to make the world truly be the foundation of the throne of Hashem, as Chazal expressed in the metaphor of the snow, the primordial snow, the snow that is found beneath Hashem's heavenly throne, which was part of the beautiful prophetic vision that the Jews saw at Har Sinai, as alluded to in this week's Parsha. Good Shabbos, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.